Amaya slammed the door of her childhood bedroom, the sound echoing through the quiet suburban house in Seattle like a gunshot. Her heart pounded as she leaned against the wood, tears streaming down her face, the weight of what she'd just done crashing over her like a tidal wave. "I love you, Amber," she blurted out in the middle of their weekly coffee meetup, her voice cracking, and now everything was ruined, her best friend of 10 years staring back in shock, the cafe patrons whispering, and Amaya fleeing before Amber could respond. "Why did I say it?" Amaya thought, sliding down to the floor, her knees pulled to her chest. All those years of burying it deep inside, pretending it was just friendship, just admiration for Amber's strength, her laugh, the way she lit up a room. But tonight, under the dim lights of that cozy spot near the university, the words had escaped, fueled by too many sleepless nights wondering if Amber felt the same. Now the fear clawed at her. What if she loses her? What if this confession shatters the only real connection in her life? Her phone buzzed relentlessly on the carpet beside her. Amber's name flashed on the screen. 5 missed calls already. Amaya's hand trembled as she picked it up, but she couldn't bring herself to answer. Instead, she replayed their history in her mind. They met in high school, 2 misfits in a sea of conformity. Amaya, the quiet artist from a strict Vietnamese-American family, always sketching in the corners. Amber, the outspoken athlete from a conservative Midwest transplant, challenging every teacher who dared to stereotype her. Their bond was instant, unbreakable, or so Amaya thought. But lately the lines blurred. Shared apartments during college, late-night talks about dreams and fears, the accidental brushes of hands that sent electricity through Amaya's veins. She knew society wouldn't understand. Her parents, devout Catholics, preached about traditional marriages, about grandchildren and stability. "Find a nice boy, Amaya," her mother would say over family dinners, her eyes pleading. The pressure built like a pressure cooker, and tonight it exploded. Amber's text came through. "We need to talk. Now." Amaya's stomach twisted. Was this the end? Or the beginning of something she couldn't control? She wiped her tears, forcing herself to stand. Ignoring it wasn't an option. Amber deserved better. But as she opened the door, her mother stood there, arms crossed, suspicion etched on her face. "What's going on, child? You look like you've seen a ghost." Amaya forced a smile, her mind racing. "Nothing, Mom. Just a bad day." But inside the turmoil raged. How could she explain this to her family? They already disapproved of her artsy career path, pushing her toward law school like her brother. Coming out as loving a woman? That would be Armageddon. She imagined the lectures, the disappointed sighs, the potential disownment. Her father, a hardworking engineer, had sacrificed everything for their American dream. How could she tarnish it? The next morning, Amaya dragged herself to work at the graphic design firm downtown. The city buzzed around her, oblivious to her inner chaos. Amber worked across the street at a marketing agency. Their jobs were how they stayed close post-college. Amaya avoided eye contact with the building, burying herself in deadlines. But by lunch, Amber was at her desk, unannounced, her blue eyes stormy. "Why did you run?" Amber demanded, her voice low but intense. Colleagues glanced over, sensing the tension. Amaya's throat tightened. I didn't mean to say it like that. Forget it, okay? Let's pretend it never happened." Amber shook her head, grabbing Amaya's arm gently but firmly. "No, we can't. Because I've been feeling it too, Maya. For months." The world tilted. Amaya stared, her heart soaring and plummeting simultaneously. This was what she wanted, wasn't it? But the joy was tainted by dread. What about Amber's family? Her parents were even more traditional, Bible-thumping folks who'd moved to Seattle for work, but clung to their small-town values. Amber had once confided about their homophobic rants during holidays. They stepped outside, the crisp autumn air doing little to cool Amaya's flushed cheeks. "This could destroy us," Amaya whispered. "Our families, our friends, everything." Amber pulled her into a hug, the first real one that felt charged with more than platonic affection. "Or it could save us," she murmured, "from living lies." But as they parted, Amaya's phone rang. Her brother, calling to invite her to a family gathering. "Bring a date," he joked. The irony burned. How could she navigate this minefield? That evening, they met in a park, away from prying eyes. Sitting on a bench, Amber confessed her own struggles. I've dated guys, you know that. But it never felt right. With you it's different. Real. Her voice cracked, revealing the vulnerability beneath her tough exterior. Amaya nodded, sharing her fears. My parents expect me to marry, have kids. If they find out, we'll face it together, Amber said, her hand squeezing Amaya's. But inside Amaya doubted. The societal whispers, the judgmental stares. Could they withstand it? As night fell, they parted with a promise to explore this slowly. Yet Amaya lay awake, tormented by visions of rejection. The next week brought the first crack. Amber's ex-boyfriend, Jake, spotted them holding hands at a movie theater. He confronted Amber later, accusing her of using him as a cover. You're gay? After all we had. His words stung, but worse was his threat to tell her parents. Amber called Amaya in tears. What if he does? They'll cut me off. Amaya's resolve hardened. Then we fight. But is this worth it? The question hung between them, unanswered, as the storm brewed. Amber paced her small apartment in Capitol Hill, the trendy Seattle neighborhood that felt like a sanctuary amid the chaos. Her mind replayed Jake's furious face, his parting shot. Your family's gonna love this. She hadn't told Amaya the full extent. Jake wasn't just angry, he was vengeful, hinting at screenshots from old texts where Amber vented about her confusion. Why did I ever date him? Amber thought bitterly. It was a shield, a way to fit in, to silence the doubts gnawing at her since adolescence. Growing up in a household where family values meant church every Sunday and no room for deviation, she'd learned to suppress her true self. But Amaya changed that, her quiet intensity drawing Amber out like a moth to flame. She glanced at the photo on her nightstand, her and Amaya at graduation. Arms linked, smiles wide. That was before the confession, before the world complicated everything. Now every touch felt loaded, every glance a risk. Her phone buzzed. Amaya. You okay? Not really, Amber typed back. Jake's unhinged. They met that night at a quiet bar, nursing drinks to steady nerves. Amaya's dark eyes searched Amber's face. Tell me everything. Amber spilled it all. The threats, the fear. If my parents find out from him, it'll be war. They'll say it's a phase, drag me to counseling. Amaya's hand covered hers under the table. We can't let him control us. Maybe talk to him, reason? But Amber knew better. Jake's ego was bruised. He'd lash out. The decision weighed heavy, confront or hide. The next day, Amber chose confrontation. She met Jake at a coffee shop, her heart hammering. This isn't about you, she said firmly. Let it go. He sneered. Too late. I already messaged your mom a heads up. Panic surged. Amber rushed home, calling her mother. Mom, whatever Jake said. It's true. Her mother's voice was ice. You're with a woman? The conversation devolved into shouts, accusations of sin, threats to withdraw financial support. Amber hung up sobbing. How could love feel so wrong? Amaya arrived minutes later, holding her as she broke down. They'll come around, Amaya whispered, but doubt laced her words. Inside, Amaya grappled with her own demons. Her family gathering loomed, and the pressure to appear normal intensified. Her mother had been probing, sensing something off. You're distant lately. Is there a boy? No, Mom, it's a girl, Amaya wanted to scream. Instead, she lied, the guilt eating at her. As weeks passed, the relationship deepened in secret. Stolen kisses in alleys, whispered promises in the dark. But secrecy bred paranoia. Amber's parents demanded she visit home in Ohio, to talk sense. She refused, sparking a rift. My dad's not speaking to me. Amber confided one night, curled against Amaya. Says I'm throwing away my future. Amaya stroked her hair, her own thoughts turbulent. Was she worth this pain? The societal backlash crept in. Friends distancing, whispers at work. One colleague overhearing a call quipped, didn't peg you for that type. The comment stung, fueling Amaya's insecurities. She began questioning, is this moral? Her Catholic upbringing screamed no, but her heart said yes. Then came the betrayal. Amber, under pressure, agreed to a family intervention. She didn't tell Amaya until after, returning shattered. They want me to see a therapist to fix this. Amaya's world cracked. And you said yes? I had to buy time. But it felt like surrender. Amaya pulled away, hurt. Are you ashamed of us? The argument escalated, words like daggers. I'm trying to protect us. Amber yelled. By denying who you are? Amaya shot back. They parted in anger, the first real fracture. Amaya wandered the streets, tears blurring the city lights. How much more could she take? The internal conflict raged. Love demanded sacrifice, but at what cost? Amber, alone, stared at her reflection. The therapist's card burned in her pocket. Attending meant betraying Amaya. Refusing meant losing her family. The choice loomed, agonizing. Days blurred into silence. Amaya threw herself into work, sketching furiously to escape the pain. But every drawing resembled Amber. Strong, beautiful, broken. Finally, Amber showed up at Amaya's door. I didn't go. I told them no. Relief flooded Amaya, but caution lingered. What now? We fight, Amber said, determination in her eyes. But the victory was short-lived. Amaya's brother overheard a phone call, piecing it together. You're dating Amber? Mom and Dad will freak. The family confrontation brewed, tensions mounting. Amaya's family dinner turned into an ambush. Her brother, ever the meddler, had spilled everything to their parents. As she walked into the cozy dining room smelling of pho and expectations, the air thickened with unspoken accusations. Her father sat at the head, newspaper folded, eyes stern. Her mother busied herself with plates, avoiding eye contact. Sit down, Amaya, her father said, voice steady but laced with disappointment. She obeyed, heart racing. Inside, she screamed. Why can't I love who I want? But years of cultural conditioning silenced her. Her brother jumped in. We know about you and Amber. Is it true? Amaya's breath caught. Deny or confess? The room spun. Yes, she whispered. I love her. The eruption was immediate. Her mother gasped, clutching her chest. How could you? This isn't our way. Her father slammed his fist. We came to America for opportunities, not this. Deviance. Think of the community. Amaya's mind whirled with defenses. Deviance? It was love, pure and consuming. But the words stuck, choked by fear of losing them. The argument dragged on, voices rising. You'll end up alone, her mother cried. No family, no future. And if I pretend? Amaya challenged, tears flowing. Live a life for you? Her brother's pitying look hurt most. It's a phase. Get help. She fled the house, the door slamming behind her. Driving aimlessly, she questioned everything. Was her love selfish? Did it justify the pain inflicted on her parents, who sacrificed so much? Amber waited at her apartment, worry etched on her face. Amaya collapsed into her arms, recounting the horror. They want me to choose. Amber held her tight. Don't. We'll prove them wrong. But doubt festered. Amber's own family had escalated. Her father emailing ultimatums. Return home or be cut off. The financial strain hit hard. Amber's job didn't pay enough for independence. In the following days, they navigated the fallout. Friends divided. Some supportive, others judgmental. One mutual friend, Sarah, pulled Amaya aside. This is hurting everyone. Maybe take a break? The suggestion ignited fury. You think our love is optional? Sarah backed off, but the seed planted. Amaya's internal monologue tortured her. Am I dragging Amber down? She's losing everything because of me. Then the ultimate test. Amber's promotion at work required relocation to New York. It's my dream job, she admitted, eyes conflicted. Amaya's heart sank. Go. Don't sacrifice for me. But Amber hesitated. Without you? No. The decision tore at them. Stay together in Seattle, facing family wars or separate for careers. The moral quandary deepened. Was love enough, or did duty to self prevail? Amber chose to stay, turning down the offer. You're my future, she said. Amaya felt gratitude mixed with guilt. Had she influenced that? The weight pressed. Society's pressure amplified. At a pride event they attended secretly, They saw acceptance, couples thriving. But back home, news of anti-LGBT bills fueled anxiety. What if things get worse? Amaya worried. Amber's resolve wavered under the strain. One night, after a heated call with her mother, she snapped. Maybe they're right. This is too hard. Amaya's world shattered. You regret us? No. But the cost. The fight exposed raw wounds. Amber stormed out, leaving Amaya alone with her thoughts. Is this betrayal? Or self-preservation? Hours later, Amber returned, apologetic. I can't lose you. They reconciled, but trust frayed. Amaya began therapy in secret, unpacking the trauma. Why does love feel like war? She asked the counselor. The sessions revealed deep-seated issues, cultural clashes, internalized homophobia. Progress was slow, painful. Meanwhile, Amber faced her own reckoning. Her father arrived unannounced, demanding she come home and straighten out. The confrontation in Amber's living room was brutal. This isn't you, he bellowed. It is. Amber stood firm. Accept it or leave. He left, disowning her. The loss hit like a freight train. Amber crumbled, questioning her choices. Amaya supported her, but the shared pain bonded and burdened them. As months passed, small victories emerged. A supportive aunt, a new friend circle. But the drama peaked when Amaya's mother fell ill. Hospital visits forced interaction. I don't understand, her mother whispered. But I love you. A crack in the armor. Amaya hoped for reconciliation, but her father's silence loomed. The relationship strained under cumulative stress. Decisions loomed. Commit fully or part ways. Amber stared at the eviction notice, her hands shaking. Her father's cutoff meant missed rent. The job she stayed for now felt like chains. This is the price, she muttered, crumpling the paper. Inside, rage boiled. Why must love demand such sacrifices? She'd given up New York family. For what? Nights of arguments, days of hiding? She called Amaya. We need to talk. They met at their favorite park bench, the one where it all began. Amaya sensed the tension. What's wrong? Everything, Amber admitted. I'm drowning, Maya. The job, the money, my family, it's because of us. Amaya's eyes widened. You blame me? No. But maybe we rushed. Maybe space. The words hung, a potential death knell. Amaya's mind raced. Is this the end? After all the battles? She fought back. Space. That's quitting. We promised to fight. Amber's tears fell. I'm tired of fighting. Every day is a battle. The honesty stung. Amaya reflected on her own exhaustion. Therapy sessions dredging up childhood repressions. Family dinners laced with awkward silences. Her mother's health scare had softened her, but the divide remained. That night, they agreed to a trial separation. To breathe, Amber said. Amaya moved back home temporarily, the irony bitter. Her parents tiptoed around her, offering tentative support. We want you happy, her mother said one evening. But not with her? Amaya challenged. Her mother sighed. It's hard to change overnight. The internal conflict intensified. Without Amber, Amaya felt hollow yet clearer. She dove into her art, creating pieces about forbidden love that gained local attention. Success brought validation, but loneliness gnawed. Amber, meanwhile, took a side gig scraping by. She dated casually, meant to test herself, but nothing stuck. It's you, she realized, staring at old photos. The separation dragged, each texting sporadically. Friends urged reconciliation, but pride held them back. Then a turning point, Amaya's art show. She invited Amber, heart-pounding. Amber came, dressed sharply, eyes-hungry. Seeing her pieces, abstracts of their story, Amber broke. I miss you. They talked backstage, vulnerabilities exposed. I was scared, Amber confessed. Of losing more. Amaya nodded. Me too. But apart is worse. They reunited cautiously. But society struck again. A workplace rumor led to Amber's demotion. They say it's performance, she fumed. But it's bias. The injustice fueled anger. Amaya encouraged legal action, but Amber hesitated. More fights. Yes, Amaya insisted. For us. Amber filed a complaint, The process grueling. Testimonies, evidence. It exposed their relationship publicly. Families reacted. Amaya's parents distanced further, Amber's silent. The moral dilemma peaked. Was visibility worth the exposure? During the hearing, Amber testified bravely. Love isn't a choice, discrimination is. The win was Pyrrhic, compensation, but scars remained. Post-victory, they moved in together, defying odds. But trust issues lingered. Amaya caught Amber texting an old flame. Just friends, Amber swore. Doubt crept. After everything? The argument revealed deeper fissures. Amber admitted flirting for validation. I felt invisible. Betrayal cut deep. Amaya stormed out, wandering Seattle's rainy streets. How could she? The pain mirrored her fears. She confronted her own flaws. Possessiveness born of insecurity. Therapy helped, but healing was slow. Amber begged forgiveness. It was stupid. You're all I want. They worked through it, couples counseling bridging gaps. Insights emerged. Communication key, sacrifices shared. As time healed, families thawed. Amaya's mother attended a dinner, awkward but present. Amber's aunt reached out, offering support. But the journey wasn't over. A pregnancy scare, from Amber's past, tested them. Negative, but it sparked talks of future, kids, marriage. Societal debates influenced. Same-sex adoption laws shifting. We could, Amaya dreamed. Amber smiled. One day. The high came with lows. A hate crime nearby shook them, reinforcing dangers. Yet they persisted, love evolving amid turmoil. Amaya stood at the altar of the small Seattle chapel. Her white dress simple yet elegant, heart full. 2 years post-reunion, they'd fought through hell to reach this. Families attended reluctantly, Amaya's parents in the front row, faces a mix of resignation and tentative joy. Amber's aunt representing the fractured side. As vows exchanged, Amaya thought, we've paid dearly. Lost jobs, mended bridges, endured judgments. Was it worth it? Amber's eyes locked on hers. I choose you every day. The kiss sealed it, applause sparse but genuine. But inside, Amaya pondered the costs. Amber's estranged parents, her own brother's absence. The reception buzzed with cautious optimism. Amaya's mother hugged her. I'm trying. It was enough for now. Post-honeymoon reality bit. Adopting proved arduous. Paperwork, biases. Why make it harder? A social worker implied. Amber raged internally, because love demands it. They persevered, welcoming a child eventually. Parenthood amplified joys and strains. Sleepless nights tested tempers, but bonded them deeper. Yet societal shifts brought new conflicts. A family reunion invited Amber back home, conditional on normalcy. She declined. This is my family. The rejection hurt, but empowered. Amaya's career soared, her art advocating LGBT rights. Exhibitions drew crowds, sparking debates. Your story inspires, fans said. But backlash followed, online trolls, threats. Amaya questioned exposure. Is fame worth the danger? Amber supported. Your voice matters. Through it all, their love endured, scarred but stronger. Reflections on choices. The confessions, separations, reconciliations. In quiet moments, Amaya wondered, did we choose right? The damages, emotional, relational, lingered. Amber echoed, no regrets. As they aged, wisdom grew. Mentoring young couples, sharing tales of triumph and trial. The story circled back, love's price. But in the end, was the betrayal of family traditions justified by personal truth? Amaya and Amber's marriage marked a pinnacle, but the descent into everyday drama tested resolve. The child, little Mia, adopted after grueling battles with agencies skeptical of same-sex parents, brought unfiltered joy. Her first steps, laughs, pure magic. But nights when Mia cried, and exhaustion frayed nerves, old wounds reopened. You're always at the studio, Amber accused one evening, Mia asleep in her crib. Amaya sighed. Art pays bills. You know that. The argument escalated, echoing past fights. I gave up New York for this, Amber snapped. Guilt stabbed Amaya. And I appreciate it. But don't weaponize it. Reconciliation came with apologies, but patterns emerged. Therapy continued, unpacking resentments. Family dynamics evolved slowly. Amaya's parents babysat occasionally, warming to Mia. She's a blessing, her mother admitted. But Amber's side remained cold. A letter from her father. Grandchild? Not in God's eyes. The rejection fueled Amber's activism, joining support groups. We can't change them, but we can help others. Amaya admired her strength, but worried about burnout. You're carrying too much. Internally, Amaya battled imposter syndrome. Her art success felt undeserved amid other struggles. Why us? She journaled. A crisis hit. Mia's school incident. Bullied for 2 moms, she came home crying. The pain was visceral. Amber confronted the principal, demanding change. Amaya soothed Mia, but inside seethed. Society's cruelty unending. They advocated for inclusive policies, winning small victories. But the toll mounted. Then temptation. An old friend contacted Amaya, offering escape. You're unhappy, she said. Amaya resisted, but the flirtation lingered in thoughts. Confession to Amber. I didn't act, but I considered. The betrayal rocked them. After everything? Amber whispered, hurt. Forgiveness was hard-earned, through honest talks. We're human, Amaya said. The experience awakened them. Love required constant choice. As years passed, Mia grew, questioning her origins. Explanations led to deeper bonds. Reflecting on the journey, from confession to chaos to commitment, they realized growth's cost. In the end, was defying societal norms and family expectations the right path? Or did it cause unnecessary suffering?